once upon a time, in the prestigious Royal College, a school where the brightest minds and the children of the wealthy and influential gathered to sharpen their minds and prepare for the future. Among the students is Brenda Adeyemi. She is the daughter of a successful rich businesswoman. She is known for her loud and commanding presence. With a very sharp tongue and a very catchy sense of fashion, Brenda is the self-proclaimed Queen Bee of Royal College. A cycle of friends followed her everywhere, and her influence over them is unquestionable. However, Brenda's insecurities ran very deep, especially when it comes to her eating habits, which she is often criticized by her mother, Susan Adeyemi. Susan will always lambast her daughter Brenda and call her many disgraceful names because she feels she will get fat at the rate at which she's eating. Brenda has a crush in school. His name is Samuel Kofi. Samuel Kofi is not your average teenager. He stood out as a shining star, admired by his teachers and peers for his brilliance, particularly in science and technology. Samuel has already won several awards in science competitions, and despite his academic prowess, he is humble and approachable, never letting his achievements go into his head. Brenda really likes Samuel, but she's too proud to express herself. She believes she's the most beautiful girl in school, and it is beneath her to chase after a boy. One morning, while Brenda was preparing to go to school and having breakfast, her mom, Susan, suddenly shouted at her, "You, this stupid girl, why are you doing this to yourself? I have told you several times that you are getting fat, and it is because you eat too much. Can't you see how beautiful I look at my age? You will be triple my size by the time you get to my age." Brenda became very sad on hearing that. She thinks her mother hates her so much. While she was on her way to school, she whispered to herself, "What kind of mother would say this much because her daughter likes food?" Later that day, while Brenda was in school, she saw her crush Samuel talking to another girl, smiling. It looked like they are having a good time together. She became very jealous and angry, unable to stand seeing another girl talk to her crush. She made up her mind to mark her territory and let the girl know not to mess with her. As the closing bell rang, Brenda gathered her friends and they went to find the girl she had seen talking to Samuel during break time. After a while, they saw her and immediately started bullying her. "Tonia, or what are you called? Have you not heard that Samuel is my boyfriend? I saw you flirting with him earlier. If you ever go near Samuel again, we will show you what we are made of, stupid girl." Tonia shed tears as Brenda and her friends warned her. A few days later, the school went on a break. Brenda and her family went on a vacation to UK. She spent all her holiday there, spending some quality time with her family and living her best life. After a month, the resumption date arrived and all students gathered in their classroom. A very pretty girl walked in. She's a new student named Folake Benson. Folake is a very beautiful girl from a humble background who recently earned a scholarship to study at Royal College. She is a diligent student, focused on her studies and determined to make the most out of the opportunity she has been given. Folake did not take too long before she announced her arrival. Her academic excellence and gentle nature quickly made her a favorite amongst the teachers. But her success also attracted jealousy and resentment from some of her classmates, especially Brenda. One day, while Folake was walking towards the library, Brenda and her friends are sitting under the tree and gossiping about her. "See the way she's walking. She thinks because she's smart, she can intimidate us. A poor girl from a wretched family," they said, mocking Folake. Folake heard all they said, but she kept mute and carried on with her journey to the library. While Brenda was going about marking territories and bullying any girl that dare go close to Samuel, Samuel was busy developing feelings for Folake. No day will pass without him thinking about her. He does not know how to express himself to Folake, and he is also scared of rejection. Samuel sees Folake as a girl who is only focused on her studies and will not have any time to be anyone's girlfriend. One evening, while Folake was in the parlor reading, she heard a noise from the kitchen. It is her mother, Abibat. She is sick and they need a huge amount of money to do surgery for her. This is a huge burden for Folake. She would always cry every moment, praying to God for a miracle. She is tired of seeing her mother go through that much pain. Brenda's envy of Folake grew with each day passing by. Not only is Folake excelling academically, she is also gaining more attention from Samuel, the boy Brenda had secretly admired for years. Despite her attempts to undermine Folake, Brenda couldn't shake off the feeling that Samuel was growing closer to the scholarship student, and the thought drove her to the edge. She would not sleep or eat. She would be in deep thought every night and day. Brenda's mother, Susan, noticed the change in her daughter. She decided to have a word with her. "You've not been yourself lately. You barely even eat. You that like food so much. That shows there's something wrong with you." At first, Brenda was not comfortable sharing that part of her life with her mother, but after a while, she replied to her mom saying, "Mom, I think I have a crush on my classmate, but I don't know how to express myself or let him know how much I like him. I don't even know if he likes me. I get jealous whenever I see him talk to other girls." Her mother angrily looked at her and said, "Look at you. First, we pay so much for you to go to school, and all you can think of at your age is a boy, instead of you to be worried about your grades that are always going down every term. The only thing you know how to do is to eat and eat every time. Glutton." Brenda hated herself for opening up to her mother. She thought to herself if Susan is truly her mother because of the way she treated her and always say mean things to her. She cried and cried all night, thinking about what her mother had said to her. After a while, she made up her mind to take the bull by the horns and tell Samuel how she feels. The next morning, Brenda saw Samuel in school. She quickly walked up to him and said, "How are you, Samuel? Hope you're having a good day." "I am good, thank you, and yeah, my day is going on okay. How about you?" Samuel replied calmly, and Brenda said, "I am very well, thanks for asking. You know today is Friday. I would like to ask if you can hang out with me tomorrow. We could go to the cinema or do any other fun activities of your choice." Samuel shook his head. "I'm sorry, Brenda. I've got plans with my friends tomorrow, maybe some other time," Samuel said and left. Brenda became sad and angry. Despite summoning a lot of courage to make the first move, only to be rejected, she promised herself that she would do whatever it takes to get Samuel, as the queen bee of the school. If she can't have him, no other girl can. While Brenda struggled to get Samuel's attention, Folake had him wrapped around her finger. Samuel likes to follow Folake around. Despite their vastly different backgrounds, Samuel and Folake began to develop a strong bond. Samuel admires Folake's dedication and resilience, while Folake appreciated Samuel's kindness and willingness to help her with her difficult subjects. Their friendship soon blossomed into something more deep and beautiful. As Samuel and Folake spent more time together, they found comfort in each other's company, and their relationship became a source of joy in the stressful environment of Royal College. However, the amazing romance did not go unnoticed, and the rumors began to spread like wildfire. When Brenda discovered that Samuel had fallen for Folake, her anger knew no bounds. She couldn't believe that the boy she had admired for so long could choose someone like Folake over her. Her classmates started to gossip about her because everyone knows how much she likes Samuel and how she constantly bullies those that try to double-cross her. After the news went viral, Brenda's bullying of Folake escalated, becoming more vicious and personal. She mocked Folake's background, ridiculed her for her modest dressing. She spread rumors about Folake, and despite the embarrassment, Folake remained resilient, determined not to let Brenda's cruelty affect her studies or her relationship with Samuel. Folake tried to hide the pain caused by Brenda's bullying, but it wasn't too long before Samuel noticed something was wrong. He decided to warn Brenda, demanding that she stop tormenting Folake. "Brenda, please leave my girl alone. Is it by force? I said I don't like you. I will never like you. You are so arrogant and full of yourself. Let this be the last time you will ever fight Folake. If not, I will have to report you to the school authorities," Samuel angrily said to Brenda. But despite all he had said, Brenda laughed in his face, denying any wrongdoing. Samuel's intervention only seemed to make things worse as Brenda became much more determined to destroy Folake. Fueled by jealousy, Brenda began to plot ways to ruin their relationship by involving the help of her loyal friends to carry out her evil plans. While Brenda was out there perfecting her plans, Folake decided to go try her luck on a popular TV show where she stand a chance to win a hefty cash prize by answering a lot of difficult questions. She couldn't think of any other way to raise money for surgery for her sick mother. After auditioning and doing several interviews, she finally got in. Folake is so happy, though scared, but she is willing to try her best to win enough money for her mother's treatment. She shared the news with her mother saying, "Mama, I just got a letter from the show I auditioned for. I got in, Mama. We did it. I'm so happy right now. I need to start preparing immediately." Folake's mom is so happy and she's so proud of her daughter. "You are such a glorious child, and I thank God for making me your mother. Thanks for all you do for me, my daughter. God bless you," she said to Folake happily. Folake immediately started studying for the show. After a few days, Brenda and her friends finalized their plan and hurriedly swung into action. The next morning, Folake didn't show up for school. Her absence was not taken seriously, but when she failed to return home that evening, her mother grew worried and called her school to check if she was there. Tension everywhere. A search party was organized, but there was no traces of Folake. Her sudden disappearance sent shockwave through Royal College, leaving everyone in a state of panic and confusion. As time went on, the police were called in to investigate Folake's disappearance. Students were questioned, and the school administration cooperated fully with the authorities. As the investigation unfolded, suspicions began to fall on those who had been envious of Folake, particularly Brenda and her friends. The once popular girl found herself under an intense inspection, with everyone wondering if she had something to do with Folake's disappearance. Brenda was horrified by the accusations being leveled against her. She insisted that she had nothing to do with Folake's disappearance, but her history of bullying made it difficult for everyone to believe her. Her friends began to distance themselves from her. For the first time, Brenda felt truly alone. Samuel was devastated by Folake's disappearance. He couldn't focus on his studies. His once brilliant mind was clouded by worry and guilt. He blamed himself for not being able to protect Folake from Brenda's cruelty and became consumed with finding out what had happened to her. Folake's mother felt her absence more. She would cry every night and day. Her glorious child is nowhere to be found. She almost lost it. "I can't live without my Folake. I just can't. Please, oh God, don't let me cry over a child. Let my Folake come back to me alive and healthy." A very emotional scene, as Folake's mother said to herself. As the investigations continued, cracks began to open, and in Brenda's story, there seemed to be so many inconsistencies. Witnesses came forward, claiming to have seen Brenda arguing with Folake shortly before she disappeared. Brenda's friends, under pressure from the authorities, began to confess to the bullying that they had participated in, hoping to avoid being implicated into something more serious. In a bid to get to the bottom of the matter, the police went ahead to Brenda's house to ask her mother a few questions. If she had noticed any strange movements or if her daughter had received any phone call lately. Brenda's mother made sure to state the fact that though Brenda might be very stubborn and troublesome, but she couldn't hurt a fly. As days goes by, Folake's mother becomes inconsolable. Her daughter was her pride and joy, and the thought of something terrible happening to her was unbearable. She pleaded with the authorities to find her daughter, refusing to believe that Folake would just run away. The community rallied around her to support her and pray for Folake's safe return. Days turned into weeks, and still there was no sign of Folake. The news of Folake's disappearance made it to the internet, and everyone following her story constantly prayed for her to be found. Just as hope was beginning to fade away, a breakthrough came in form of an anonymous tip. The police received a lead that pointed them to an abandoned building on the outskirts of the city. where they believed Folake might be held. The police quickly mobilized and raided the building, finding Folake inside, weak and scared, but alive. She had been held captive by a group of people who had intended to use her as a leverage in a scheme to extort money from the Royal College. Jubilations everywhere as the news of Folake's rescue went viral again, bringing relief to her family and friends and the general public who showed their concerns. Folake's return to Royal College was met with a mix of relief and tension. While many were overjoyed to see her, the truth about her abduction and the bullying she had endured came to light. The school administration took swift action, expelling those involved in the bullying, including Brenda. Brenda's once glamorous life came crashing down. She was expelled from Royal College, and her reputation went down the drain. She became devastated. Her former friends abandoned her, and her family embarrassed by the scandal. "You have finally disgraced us. I have always known that you are not a good child," Brenda's mother Susan yelled at her. Brenda angrily screamed at her mom. "What is it, mommy? What? Have you not done enough? Every time you keep talking me down, complaining about everything I do. Sometimes I wonder if I'm your daughter. How can my mother be so mean like that? I became a bully because of you, because of how you have treated me since I was a child. I projected my insecurities onto my mates at school, and you sit here to judge me. You are a bad mother and I hate you. I hate you so much." Susan was shocked. She never expected such reply from her daughter. Later that night, while Susan was in her bedroom, she thought hard about what her daughter Brenda said earlier. She had been very, very harsh to her daughter. She realized she had been consumed by hatred towards her daughter. She let her past get a hold of her, and she unleashed her anger on her daughter. Many years ago, Susan had a very severe complication after she gave birth to Brenda, which resulted in her losing her womb, after which her husband divorced her and married another woman. She blamed her little girl for all the bad things that had happened to her in the past. Brenda's existence always reminds Susan of the things she tries to forget, hence why she's always been mean to Brenda. Susan cries softly as she reminisces on her past. She promised to let go and be a good mother to her darling daughter. As time goes on, Brenda became a shadow of herself. She was left to reflect on the choices she had made and the consequences of her action. Although Folake was physically safe, but she is going through a lot mentally. She struggled to adjust to life after the incident, plagued by nightmares and anxiety. With the support of her mother and Samuel, Folake slowly began to heal, and the experience changed her forever. A few days after Folake returned home, the popular TV show she auditioned for reached out to her to inform her that she has to go live in a few days, and she might lose her spot if she decides not to come for the show. Despite everything that happened to Folake in the past few weeks, she quickly picked herself up and started preparing again. Her boyfriend Samuel also made sure to help her. He shows Folake what true love means, and will always assure her that she's the smartest person ever, and he believes that she will become victorious at the end of the show. Samuel also became much more involved in the school's anti-bullying campaign, using his influence to promote kindness and inclusivity amongst the students. While Folake was actively preparing for the show, her school, Royal College, implemented new policies to prevent bullying and support students who were struggling. The school's administration worked closely with students and parents to create a safer and much more inclusive environment. The changes brought about a positive shift in the school's culture, and slowly but surely, the wound of the past began to heal. The D-Day arrived, and Folake prepared herself physically and mentally to go on live TV. Before this day, the news of her being on one of the most popular shows in the city had spread within the school premises and somehow made it to the internet and newspapers with the headline which says, "The girl who got kidnapped a few days ago is going on live TV to win some money for her mother's treatment." Folake's classmates and teachers all cheered her on and prayed for her success. At the beginning of the show, Folake's heart was racing really fast. She is scared but composed. The host said to her gently, "Miss Folake, welcome to the show. Can you please introduce yourself? and tell us why you decided to audition for this show, and also what you intend to do with the money if you win. Folake didn't waste so much time. She told the audience everything they needed to know. And after she introduced herself, Folake was asked the first question of the night, which she answered correctly. Folake continues to move up the money ladder, answering the questions swiftly. As the questions begin to get tougher, Folake struggles to answer some of the questions. She has to make use of the available lifeline to move to the next stage, but she's not willing to give up. The show became much more intense as Folake got to the last question that would make her win 10 million naira, which is more than she had aimed to get, and only one person had won that much on the show. If she wins, she will break so many records. First, she will become the second person after 15 years to win that amount of money on the show, and secondly, she would be the youngest individual to ever attain such height of success on the show. Folake was asked if she would like to walk away with her current cash prize, which is 2 million naira, and forget about the last and most difficult question. She was told that if she decides to continue but failed to answer the last question, she will leave with nothing. She got confused for a few seconds. She didn't know what to do. She said quietly to herself, "If I quit now, I will only get less than half of the money I need for my mother's treatment. Where will I get the rest from? I will risk it, and hopefully the heavens will smile on me." She informed the host that she would like to give it a shot. The host quickly read out the questions, and as expected, Folake doesn't have an idea of what the answer to the question could be. She took her time to think and said to the host, "I would like to use my last lifeline, which is to call a friend." The host agreed and they put a call through to Samuel. "He must be very brilliant too," people whispered as they wait patiently for him to pick up the call. The heavens did smile on Folake as Samuel answered the question correctly. Folake started crying heavily. "I did it, Mama, I did it." Jubilations everywhere, from the abducted girl to the girl who breaks a record on national TV, only a few days apart. Folake's mother couldn't believe her eyes. She thought the sickness would be the end of her, but now that she has a chance to live a healthy life again, she dropped to her knees, praying and singing songs of praises. Folake wouldn't stop thanking Samuel for helping her win, but Samuel, being a humble person, would always remind her that she won because she's intelligent and courageous. While Folake was celebrating her victory, Brenda's mother, Susan, decided it was time to talk and apologize to her daughter. Tears rolled down her cheek as she narrated all she had to face after she gave birth to Brenda, followed by an apology saying, "My lovely Brenda, I can tell you for a fact that I am ashamed to call myself a mother because of the way I have treated you over the past few years. I let my past get a hold of me. I poured out my frustrations on you. You don't deserve the way I treated you, and I'm sorry. I am very, very sorry, my daughter. I promise to be a better person. Please forgive me." Brenda became sad. She couldn't believe all this while her mother saw her as a bad luck child. After having an emotional moment together, Brenda finally forgives her mother. And moving forward, she had plenty of time to think of her actions. She realized the depth of the harm she had caused to all the people she had treated badly and bullied. She began to understand the importance of empathy and kindness. Brenda and her mother started the long journey towards personal growth and redemption. They promised to be better as time goes on. Folake and Samuel's relationship grew stronger in the aftermath of the ordeal. They found solace in each other's company, and their shared experiences brought them closer than ever. Their love, tested by hardship, became a source of strength for both of them. 2 months later, Folake's mother had a surgery and it went well. She is the happiest woman alive. She will never stop thanking and praying for her daughter Folake. Folake went back to school after a while. With Samuel's encouragement, she decided to share her story with the school. She spoke about her experiences with bullying and abduction and the challenges she had to face in her recovery. Her courage inspired others to come forward with their own stories, creating a sense of solidarity amongst the students. Royal College became a model for other schools in the region, showcasing the importance of addressing bullying and supporting students' mental health. The school's transformation was a testament to the power of the community and the impact of standing up against injustice. As part of her healing process, Folake made the difficult decision to forgive those that had wronged her, including Brenda. While she couldn't forget what had happened, Folake understood that holding on to anger would only prevent her from moving forward in life. Her act of forgiveness brought closure to a painful chapter in her life. Moving forward, Folake focused on her future. She continued to excel in her studies, earning a full scholarship to study in a prestigious university. The story of Royal College became a powerful example of how a community can come together to overcome adversity. The school's legacy was no longer just about academic excellence, but about compassion, resilience, and the strength of the human spirit. As Folake and Samuel graduated, they knew the lessons they had learned at Royal College would stay with them for the rest of their lives. Let us know what you think about the story in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe for more interesting stories.